statement.
Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we have our review for Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. Does this one pack a punch like the eye of the tiger, or does it throw limp wrists like a Premier League footballer? Watch on and find out. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions will be very familiar to anybody with a PSVR headset and a love for boxing, because this is a spin-off of the VR boxing game Creed Rise to Glory. The difference here is that instead of swinging your arms wildly and working up a sweat, you're smashing buttons on a gamepad and hoping for the best. Creed Champions has an arcade mode, a training mode, and a versus mode, which is also the cheat mode, and I'll tell you why later. Arcade mode is the main course of the game, offering up stories for each playable character as you fight through a selection of each character's opponents. Obviously, being that I was a 90s kid, I played as Rocky first because I knew his story. The stories are poor. Connecting each fight, you get some cutouts of each character with some on-screen text to deliver their lines. It's cheap, and once I was done with Rocky's story, which completely skipped out the events of Rocky V and 2006's Rocky Balboa, I didn't pay any attention to any of the other stories. You can, thankfully, skip these dull scenes with the circle button to get into the ring quickly. Creed Champions plays out like a traditional fighting game, except the controls are super simple and there are only a small amount of moves to pull off. You've got your basic and powerful attack buttons, as well as dodge, grapple, block, and a super attack. The idea is that by chaining basic and heavy attacks together, you chip away at your opponent's health bar until they're down on the mat and the count to 10 begins. You can get them down quicker by using your super attack, which charges up with every blow you land. This move does bigger damage, but you need to get the timing just right, otherwise your opponents could dodge, block, or even counter with their own super attack. If you find yourself smacked down to the ground, you have to the count of 10 to mash the square button to fill a circular meter. Mind you, this can only happen 3 times before you're knocked out. There are no judges' decisions in Creed Champions. You either knock the other boxer down 4 times and win, or you get knocked down 4 times and lose. It's a bit too basic for my liking. That goes for the actual fighting too. It's fun and fairly easy to play, but it's far too easy to cheese your way through fights by spamming the dodge button and the block button and then smacking in some dirty power attacks from behind. It's very arcadey then, and there are plenty of visual cues to help you out. The gloves of your opponent will glow a certain colour, giving you the chance to respond quickly. Some attacks cannot be blocked, while others can be interrupted or even countered with a push of the block button. Your rewards for slogging through the arcade stories are new fighters and fighter outfits. However, you can totally cheat the system. The game lets you unlock characters and outfits by playing in versus mode. So if you want the baby but don't want the labour pains, you can turn on a second controller, batter yourself, and then brag about your lack of skill to nobody. Or you can play with a mate or a family member. You can even reach over the sofa and give them a punch in the leg to get the upper hand, while you're landing the uppercut. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions is a decent arcade boxing game tied to a very likeable license, but it feels a bit cheap and easy. There's only one mode with any kind of progression, and the actual boxing feels more like a watered down Street Fighter than a heavyweight champion. And that is the end of this review. Thank you very much for watching and sticking around to the end. Well done you. Go on down below, comment, like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you don't miss any future videos. The info box has our social media channels, website links, and our supporters links, where you can support the team if you can. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until next time, bye bye.